Hey everyone, another episode of Cork in the North podcast this week. Thanks everyone. Remember, tickets are available for the live show on Sunday the 4th of June at 3 o'clock at the Duncairn Arts Centre, and it's going to be a very, very good show. We haven't planned it yet, but there's plenty of tickets available, although we are about 65% sold out. So please do buy a ticket and come along. Also as well, a big thanks to everyone that's been listening to me on the Q Radio Breakfast Show. I've been really enjoying it. I got a load of messages from the podcast listeners. Remember, 6 to 10 a.m. on the Q Radio if you want to tune in with us in the mornings. And yeah, the podcast is still saying the same, obviously. And yes, so thanks very much for downloading, sharing and subscribing. And if you came to my live special recording at the Black Box recently, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that came that night. It was absolutely brilliant. I had a great time. And we all know what happened the night I was doing my favourite joke in the whole show and the guy smashed the glass. And it went mental. But it was brilliant fun. And it's going to be all clipped up and cut up and released here on YouTube. So, another episode, first time guest on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Alan Wallace is our guest. He's from Inspiring Belfast Instagram account.
Yes.
You may follow Inspiring Belfast Instagram account. You may see these videos of like, oh, we just went to this hotel. Oh, we went to this fucking place or whatever it was. And you're like, oh my God, that looks bloody brilliant. Well, this is the guy behind it, Mr. Alan Wallace, originally from Ballymena. And he's in with us today. And we want to talk about today the North. What's good about the North? Where is good to go in the North? The weather's getting good. The shirts are off. I was going to say something really rude there. You know that one, like I was going to say something really rude. But Alan, it's really nice. Thanks for coming on Cork the North.
Class. Thank you so much for having me.
We have a lot of listeners outside of Belfast. So straight away, first of all, tell me exactly what it is you do.
Okay, so food, leisure, hospitality. We basically showcase it in Belfast. We would say we are the most viral page on Belfast for everything to do. I'll actually tell you a story because you said Instagram. We love pushing our TikTok.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, you have to Google this here. My name was actually Insta Belfast initially.
Was that you?
Yeah, did you hear about that?
Oh, I think I heard about that.
So I was Insta Belfast and
This is the guy. He's
Google
real.
it.
Look at him. Touch
Google
him.
it.
He's real. This is the Insta account.
So what happened was we were a reshare page, right? So I was just doing resharing everyone's pictures until about maybe a year ago. And what happened then, people started doing videos and I thought, initially, I was booking people to do videos because I have a marketing company as well.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I was like, flip me, loads of these people are doing them on their phone. One of them, I'll try it. So I literally only did videos for the first time probably about a year ago now, just coming up to a year. So I never did any videos at all until a year ago. So started putting them out on TikTok, Instagram, started to go viral.
Yeah.
And so the page was called Insta Belfast. And I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm going to try to trademark that name. I didn't even know what I was doing. So I put in the trademark and I get a letter from Instagram solicitors saying cease and desist, change your name, blah. I mean, they're quite harsh about it. And I was like, oh, I want to keep the name. They're like, actually change your logo as well because I had the IB logo. And I was like, what on earth am I going to do? Had jumpers and all printed. I thought, class, I had a brand new logo. I thought, this is amazing. They're like, no, you're infringing on all the rights.
Whose rights?
Instagram.
Oh, because it's Insta.
Yeah. And I was like, there's Insta Ireland, Insta that. And he goes, don't you worry about anyone else. You went to trademark this year to profit off our brand. And I thought, right. Anyway, so I loved the IB. So I thought, what else can I do? And I thought, Inspiring sounds good. So Inspiring Belfast was born must be about 7 months ago now.
And tell me, what's happened to the followers on the Insta Belfast page?
Really grown. Really grown.
So do you still have that page?
No, sorry.
No, sorry. What happened to those followers? Yeah.
Change the name.
Oh, so you just changed the name. It's the same account.
Same account.
Just changed the name.
Same account. Just changed the name.
Change the name and all the branding.
Yes. Kept the branding. I was able to keep the
You
branding.
were able
to keep the branding. But what was cool was TikTok. So we were zero. So maybe our TikToks actually overtook our Instagram now, which is class.
That's brilliant. Yeah. So you're doing videos of the North, of places to go, the best attractions. So you're obviously going to be getting invited to a lot of places, are you?
Everywhere.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And what's really exciting, that's only happened maybe in the last couple of weeks, TikTok have actually made me official ambassador for Belfast. So what they're going to do now is the next 5 videos that I select, they're going to promote them all around TikTok. I mean, they're going to put loads of spend. So they've picked 24 ambassadors from UK and Ireland, and I'm one of them.
Yeah. I must have been 25. I wasn't in the top 20. Fuck yeah. I don't want you. I don't want a bullshit, mate. Comedian, mate. Bullshit. We ain't going restaurants. You ain't going fancy restaurants. Anyway.
Yeah.
So in a year, have you noticed it's just the video? The video has changed everything for you.
Yeah. And do you know what? If I look back even 3 months ago, my videos were not half as good as they are now. And do you know what? They're simple videos.
Yeah. Or like some of the stuff I put up, just me chatting to someone at a gig.
Yeah.
Next thing you look at it, 80,000.
Class.
You're like, oh, nice.
Class, that is good.
You know, and the thing is, it's always going to be there. So people can sit and scroll and they can go back a year and still look at your clips. It's not like you're releasing something, you have to watch it today, otherwise it's going to be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, it's there forever. Like people listen to this podcast like 3 months behind. You know what I mean?
It is,
So that's how it works.
amazing. And do you know what? One of the things I'm all about, like showcasing the city, but I'm also about. I had that account maybe 3 years now. I never put myself out there, never promoted myself. I think the first video I did was when I did the busker series, because my office is in Arthur Street. I'm walking past buskers all the time, and I thought, it's mad that I'm trying to promote Belfast and I know none of the buskers' names. I thought there only is about 15 in Belfast. I need to get to know these people. So did a quick interview, and the Jelvis one got like 1.2 million or something.
Yes, we learnt about him on this podcast.
Yeah.
Very popular and well-known guy here, isn't he?
Very, very popular. And do you know what? See, after off the back of that video, me and him both grew in following, and he got loads of gigs off the back of it too.
Did he?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So it benefits everybody.
Benefits everyone, yeah.
That's amazing. So I have family that are coming up to Belfast. I want you to talk to me now, right, about what is, like, where the fuck do you go? My brother sent me stuff last night. He goes, what is that aqua park thing for the kids? Aqua dome, is it? It's like an island thing out in the middle of the sea. It's in a lock and you jump off.
Let's go hydro.
Let's go hydro.
Hydro.
He says to me, is that any good? And I went, well, how am I going to know? I haven't fucking been. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
So I always say to people, like, I'm very pro the North. I'm very pro, like, getting people to come up here and kind of like maybe changing the perception a little bit of it. Can I ask you, actually, first of all, did you want to do this because of any particular reason that you felt Belfast wasn't getting recognised enough? Or was it because you felt the North was kind of getting, maybe it was a bit of a, people think it's all just one thing up here when actually we've loads more to offer? Was that something, did that come, was there a thought behind that?
See, to be honest, if I go right back, 4 years ago, I had a page called Insta Belfast. I used to do lots of PR stuff on that. It was called Insta Belfast. Somebody messaged me saying, you should use this page for tourism. Random thought. And then someone else said it to me. And I think maybe them two people, I thought, what would I do? One of them was a photographer. He said, start sharing out. He goes, get you a normal name on Instagram. Just use that to promote Belfast. And then I thought, maybe it's a good idea. So I just started resharing pictures, and the page started growing. It was growing slowly, but it was still growing. It was only really when I started doing videos I got a real connection to it, and I thought, no, I really want to promote Belfast. And I've seen people's response and people saying, you're making Belfast look like New York and all. And I was like, do you know what? Belfast is class.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
is a class city, and it kind of feel like that it should get its kind of fair share of attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and here's what I think about Belfast. It's a city of opportunity. Like people, like say for example, someone moves to Belfast, like yourself, you came from Cork, you are well-known comedian. Like, I don't know how long ago you moved here.
Hey, mate.
Here.
Hey, mate.
You have to pay for that one. Like, I don't know how long you've been here, but I've seen you pop up, and I've seen your show. But I mean, I haven't listened to your podcast yet, but I've seen you doing stuff.
There's only fucking 68 episodes to pick from. I haven't seen your podcast. He's even on the podcast going, I haven't even seen this. I'm not even going to watch this back.
You know, but I knew, if someone said to me, did you hear Cork in the North? I'd be like, do you know who he is? I'd be like, yeah. Even though I haven't met you, do you know what I mean? So you can come to Belfast from anywhere, and if you put yourself out there, you can get recognition. I would say to people, it's a city where you could come, and if you want to set up a coffee shop, within a week you get lots of contacts. People want to help you. They're like, I know this person, I know that person. Really good one for me was, did you see my Roses video?
The Roses one? Which one was... I tell you the ones that I was looking at. I'm just looking at them here now, look. I love the Treehouse ones.
Did you? Yeah.
They were really good because...
Look at the Roses video. I'm going to tell you a story about
the Roses video, which is...
the
first one. Yeah. Sharing the Love one. Yeah.
Okay. So
you're in Victoria Square and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So that video giving out roses, there's one wee clip where I give out a rose on a bike. It's a wee Toasters bike. And I give the rose, but what I didn't know was them bikes were being hired by Radio 1 for comic relief. So I give out that rose. Within a week, I was asked to go for 5 days with the Radio 1 team to 5 different cities, doing footage for them. Off the back of that video.
Jesus.
You'll be giving out roses tomorrow.
thorns.
But it was class. So it just showed me you can do, and even that, like I said, the TikTok thing. That's all I'm talking about here, isn't it? I'm a TikTok ambassador. But honestly, that TikTok thing for me.
How many
was
followers you got on TikTok?
maybe 35,000. But I'll tell you this, I act as if I have 2 million followers because every video I do really blows up because it's like my audience would be a lot of like bloggers and influencers and people who are like, we want to go and get that content, you know? So even though I don't have that many followers, when you look at it, my videos compared to maybe bigger creators, I would get loads of views.
Okay, I see what you mean. So when you
Really engaged audience. And do you know what, this is interesting. I think for a long time, because I didn't put my face behind it, I think people were pushing out. They didn't know who it was. They just really thought it was like an organisation. But even though I have started putting myself out there more, people are still very supportive.
Yeah, that's brilliant, man. And you've like, is it something you kind of say? Where can you take this? You know, there's something like in the back of your head, like, go, well, could I run for mayor? Could I become an MLA?
I love it.
Could I become an MLA? Do you know what I mean? Like, could I set up a political party called Inspiring Belfast or Foreign Policies? Bring back the death penalty for people that give restaurants less than 3-star reviews.
Yeah.
Do you know that kind of thing?
I do, yeah. I've honestly have so many ideas.
So, with terms of the following that you get now, are you trying to, like, what are you trying to do with it? Like,
you know
what's the end game?
So basically what I was doing, see so many of them videos, I was doing it for free. So I was a lot of the places are not inviting me. Yes, fair enough, places do invite me sometimes. But loads of them places, I just went, paid for it, did the video, asked nothing. And then off the back of that, some of the companies would say, could you do more videos for us? Or could you manage social media? So there was a wee bit if I was getting back. But now I've just thought, you know what, I want to monetize it. I want to maybe even do a podcast. Who knows? Who knows?
I want the dollar.
You know?
We all want the dollar, man. Let's be fucking frank about
Yeah,
this.
well, yeah.
Show me the money.
You have to pay to play.
You have to pay. Well, at the end of the
Do
day,
you know what?
if you're promoting a business and they're getting customers out of it, then that's all good for them, isn't it?
I will say this, people have now messaged me saying, will you come on and put up a story and we'll give you a free meal? And I'm like, no, you have to pay for a video. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Some places I love it or I'm thinking it's going to really help both of us, I'll do it. But if it's not genuine and I'm just coming for a meal, it's just, I wouldn't do it.
I got invited to a restaurant recently.
Really?
And it's so not me. It's so like, look at this person getting a free thing here. I'm like, that, no. The only thing I want free is for you to live rent free in my head or something like that, right? Like, I am not, this guy said to me, do you want to come here to a new restaurant? We'd love you to come. Table for 2, full meal. If you can do 3 stories on your Instagram. I was, no, I'm not going.
Here, do you
free meal though, but I wasn't going.
Do you know what I'm actually thinking? I put you forward for a comedy gig. It's easy. I put you forward and I put Aaron Butler forward for it.
Aaron did it.
He did it.
Yeah.
You were like,
smashed it.
Were you like, no restaurant for me?
I think I was.
Not your scene?
No, it's not that. Not
Wouldn't pay you enough.
No, it wasn't like that at all. I don't know. I think I had something on, but my agent would have just bad. I wouldn't have even known about it, like, because I had something else in. Like, I can't. But Aaron did it. But Aaron said it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was good crack.
It was
good crack. It was
really, really, really good. But it's like I'm fascinated by these new jobs that we have now. You know, 20 years ago, somebody out there could have been a plumber, electrician, or a mechanic, or something like that. Now they're, well, I'm actually making videos by handing out roses, and it's like, it's fucking mental.
Mad.
How
it's mad.
People are going, where are all the tradespeople? They're making fucking TikToks, mate. Where are all the tradespeople? They're making TikToks about fucking sitting in a park drinking, flipping a bottle of water up down to try and get it land perfectly. That's where the fucking plumbers are. You know what I mean?
Class. Tell me this, have you been a comedian for long, or what's your crack?
Well, you know my story, mate. Well, I got out of McGabry. I've been a comedian 13 years, 14 years, maybe 15 years, maybe. Class. Since I was 27, 26, 27. And I used to work in finance, childcare. I used to work in secure units with kids. Done loads of different, like, I mean, I must have done maybe 7 or 8 different jobs before I actually became a comedian. And sometimes when I was a private investigator.
No way.
And when I tell people, like, some of the jobs I've done, they go, bullshit. I go, well, you can actually see my P45 here if you want to check it, like, because I still I still have all my files, you know, because I pay pension contributions through those companies, and I'm keeping an eye on my fucking pension, like, you know, because, like, who's going to be booking me as a comedian when I'm 65? You know what I mean?
You never know.
You know, but you know what I mean, like, you know.
Here, do you know what's a big trend at the minute on TikTok? Look it up. Like, there's 80-year-old grandas, 80-year-old grannies, and they've like 4 million followers. Get one of them on the podcast. Like 4 million followers, and all their views. No, they're just doing random shit. like knitting and stuff.
And the ones that do like the grime rap. Have you seen them guys?
Yeah.
They're good.
You're missing a trick.
I post and ghost. That's what I do. Is I put up a video of comedy, try and have it around 50 seconds, put it up, put a tag on it, put a headline, well shot out, captions, the whole lot. Bang! I have about 55,000 followers. The biggest video on TikTok got me something like 7 or 8 million, and it was just like, Instagram. I've had something like millions of views on videos. I just video by video by video by. I don't engage. I don't be like, right, what can I do for my brand? My thing is like, I have an Instagram account. Here's me hitting golf balls, whinging, and at work. I don't like look for anything for free. But should I be?
Here's what I think you should do. There's a new feature actually, TikTok series. Have you seen it?
No.
So you can actually do a paywall behind a video.
A paywall
Behind a video. So you could be putting up your content and you'd be like, guys, there's a video up here, and it's like whatever you pay to unlock it. So we bet like Patreon,
could be like 10p to unlock it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Oh my god!
Do it. Put me on a wee clip of me. Let's get one wee clip, and I'll be guys. I'll reshare, guys. Let's get this one clip, 10p, and I won't even be worth 5p, and then people will be like, oh my goodness, that was such a rip off. 10p for Alan speaking.
Or people would be like, can't believe I only paid 10p.
Or it could be funny. No, you could do something really funny. Either it wasn't worth it, or it's something a wee bit controversial on TikTok, and people will love it.
But the thing is, it's about posting and ghosting. That's what I've been told. Because at some point, I remember I put up a video, and there was hundreds and hundreds of comments, and I read about, say, 15 to 20 of them. I just went, I can't read these anymore. But then somebody said to me, just ignore it, because the more they comment, the better the algorithm.
See, I'd be liking and I'd be replying to all the comments. People will want your replies in, and see, for example, if you reply to someone, they'll be like screenshotting that, send a friend saying, oh look, his comment back. That is really how you.
So I'm supposed to reply. I barely fucking reply.
Reply and like it. Your page will grow way faster. Like every single post, I would say, every comment I would like or reply to. All of them.
But that means I have to interact with people. But I don't want to do that.
But your page will just blow up.
But
I know it is big enough, but I mean, it'll just it really will.
Jesus Christ.
Make it a sponsor.
But you know what? Alicia Keys, when I DM Alicia Keys every week, she never replies. So if she's not going to reply to me, why should I? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There she is. Future wife. There's a hope. Well, she's still alive. There's always hope. Anyway. So I should be replying. I should be replying.
I can tell you a really cool story.
Go on. About Alicia Keys.
Not about Alicia Keys. A friend of mine, right? What's the band? I'll try to... What's the band? Oh my goodness.
Irish band, English band, Scottish band.
So this band is American. They were amazing at doing covers. You well know them. Like, they're amazing at doing covers. Shouldn't have started.
Sean's in a band. Sean, any idea?
What's the band? They did loads and loads of covers. Like for years. Like they were like huge on YouTube. One that like 15 years ago, they were huge on YouTube.
Hudson Taylor? No.
Oh, you're American man. Hudson Taylor, Irish.
American band.
Here, I'll Google it.
Boyce Avenue.
Boyce Avenue.
Oh, yes, Boyce Avenue, yes. They're still around.
American Hudson Taylor.
No,
yeah.
Wait to hear this. So, I had a friend, Rachel, and we did lots of like promotional work together. Rachel's a lovely girl, really nice girl.
Lovely, like,
she was about, did a bit of modelling. Maybe I would say she was about 26 or that. Rachel was a really cool girl. She was just doing promotional work, bit of modelling, lived in Antrim, and she loved Boyce Avenue. Like, loved them from she was 16. So, I don't know all the details of the story, but I'll tell us here much. She'll probably kill me telling this. But her boyfriend bought her tickets to see Boyce Avenue.
Brilliant. Good boys. Good lad.
Good lad. Started good. And what she did was she put a tweet out like, cannot wait to see my my 16-year-old self's like dying to see this, can't wait. And the lead singer from Boyce Avenue messaged her saying, hey, do you want like...
Are you single?
Yeah. Do you want like behind the scenes tickets for that? So she was like, happy days. So she went with her cousin behind the scenes, blah, 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 meet and greet and all this here. Then he was like, do you want to come to our Dublin show the next night?
Christ, we all know where this is going.
So I was like, don't know about that, Rachel. Like, would you them their bands are all the same? She goes, no, that his parents and all over. They're nice guys. Nice. Like Boyce Avenue's like a family band. I thought, sounds cool. Why not? Nothing to lose. And her boyfriend was just like, go for it, whatever. Long story short, Rachel married the lead singer, Boyce Avenue, lives in Florida, and that was 5 years ago.
I knew I was going somewhere.
Twitter's the place. Hit them
I don't even
celebrities up
have
on Twitter.
I don't have a Twitter account.
I mean, she's done it. I could not believe it.
So she's married him.
Married him.
What's
Or
the
like,
name? I'm
what
Googling. Listen, if you're
but-
listening to this
yeah.
podcast, please Google. What's the name?
It was the 2 Boyce Avenue lead singer, whoever he is.
Boyce Avenue lead singer.
Yeah.
So she met him backstage at 26. She was going out with someone else.
Yes.
Oh,
A
but
poor fella.
So I do
the
not
poor
know.
fella.
No, I do not
He
know all
bought
the
the
details.
tickets.
He
Is
bought the
it,
tickets.
Alexandro Manzano?
Yes, that's him.
Right. So we'll type in Alexandro Manzano wife.
Oh my
Oh, man,
goodness.
I swear to God, if you're
Here, I
This
must
is
say,
true.
that's a sexy name as well.
oh,
Yeah.
sexy like wife.
And she's a lovely girl.
Is that
Class.
what's her name?
Rachel.
Rach. There
That's
she
her,
is. Oh
cool
my
story.
God, that's her there. Look.
Yeah. That's her.
Oh my, Google it, guys. Oh my God,
Isn't
I
that
can't
mad?
believe this. Dirtbags.
But it's funny the tweet saying like, my 16-year-old self like.
Do you know
dying
what?
with
Do you know
this.
what? Do you know what? If that, how long ago was that?
5 years ago, I'd say.
Oh,
Maybe longer.
he'd have been Me Too'd by now, wouldn't he? He'd have been done for something by now. So she married him.
She married him.
Is she and she lives in America now?
Listen, yeah, travels the world. They're like, I mean, it's mad. But back then, she was like just living
Northern
normal
Irish
life.
living.
Yeah.
So she's going like, "How you getting on? You mad gag? Love your music and Boyce Avenue." Next 2 minutes later, dun, 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 we're getting married. Fucking hell, you gag, you fucking gag.
But imagine that, like absolutely loving a band for years. You're 16 and you go meet them and you end up marrying
Well,
the lead singer. That's mad.
Can I tell you a little story about somebody in a band?
Yeah.
I've never told the story. So I love a band called the Augustines,
Yeah. Okay.
American indie kind of band. I absolutely fell in love with them. Was living in London, drove from London to Manchester to see them live. Brilliant night. Stayed in a hotel.
Married the lead singer.
Married, yeah. He's a lovely fella, I like. And anyway, finished the gig, went out for pints with all my mates, and then I was walking into the takeaway at like 1 o'clock in the morning to get a kebab. And guess who was in front of me? William McCarthy, the lead singer of the band that I just seen live. And I just went, "All right, mate." You know, you ever see someone famous, you go, "You're not as tall now as I thought you would be. You're much more chubbier in the face," like, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? So that was it. Didn't speak to him. I was just like, "Oh, enjoyed the gig," you know, and I was just trying to be cool. Go home the following day. About 3 months later, they're on tour, so they're across UK and Ireland, but they were then doing the London shows. Went to the London shows. Absolutely loved it. Then what I did was, about a week later, I'm in a petrol station in Hammersmith, in West London. And guess who's in front of me in the queue of Subway? William McCarthy. This is twice now I've seen him getting food. I've been getting food and he's been getting
At
food. It's
that-
made to be, lads. It's made
At
to
that
be.
stage, you can make the joke, we shouldn't keep meeting up like this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He then the band splits up. The band split up because it was a long thing about finances. And the band split up. And William went solo and he was performing in London. And I went along and I'm not a big drinker, and I was given a bottle of whiskey off somebody as a gift. And I'm like, I'm not going to drink this. But I knew that he liked whiskey. So I turned up at the gig with a bottle of whiskey, gave it to security, said, "Hey, can you just give this to William?" And there's a little note and I say, "Hi, William, this is from a fan, Andrew Ryan, blah, 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 all the best." Handed him the whiskey. Comes on, does the gig. Halfway through the gig, he comes out, starts drinking from the whiskey on stage. And he reads out my note. And I'm like, "This is fucking amazing. This is fucking amazing. This is amazing." Right? Oh my God, I just feel we're connected. Lockdown happens. He's doing gigs on like Instagram, you know, obviously because performers and all that kind of stuff. I thought this was mad. And then I checked my phone one day. He just started following me from my clips.
No way.
And he follows me, and he looked at my story yesterday and was like to me, that's like a Beatle, like,
Yeah.
you know, my generational
yeah.
Beatle, like. But it's mad how it works, isn't it? So what we're saying is, you need to start sleeping with guys or girls to get somewhere in life.
Did I ever tell you about my brushing with the Pogues?
No.
No. So my first ever concert when I was 8 was my mum and dad brought me to see the Pogues in the King's Hall, and it was an eye opener. Like, if you want to see pure debauchery at a
Oh yeah, I
concert,
can
like,
imagine the Pogues is the fucking disgrace. Like.
Yeah. So why they decided that's the first concert Sean's gonna go to, I don't know why, but it was a great night anyway. But I could barely see any of it. I was so short, and like we were standing, and it was in the King's Hall. And we were right at the back, so my dad was like, "I'm gonna go up near the front, you know, to see if there's any space or if there's a way up we can like maneuver ourselves to get beside the barrier so Sean can see." And he went up beside the bar and made a wee pit stop to get himself a drink, obviously. So, but while he was at the bar, he saw Jerry Conlon. You know the film In the Name of the Father.
Oh, the Guildford Four.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So
Jerry Conlon, the Guildford Four.
yeah,
Wow.
and he turns around to my dad and goes, "Ah, Pat,
Oh,
nice to
Jesus.
see you." Like, so they know each other from years back. Don't ask what. Hi. But
Producer Sean's from West Belfast. All right.
That's all right.
Producer Sean just got married, and let me just say, he got married last week. And let me just say, the bill still has not been paid. Go on.
so, Jerry had been in the VIP section with the Pogues, and he says, "What are you doing, Pat?" And he says, "I'm trying to find a spot for the wee lad to stand." I says, "Sure, come on into the VIP section with us," and brought us up into the VIP, and we were standing on the side of the stage watching it. It was unbelievable. Like, I was 8. There's like people taking off their friggin' tops and Rod throwing beers and everything.
Jesus, yeah.
It was nuts. Great concert. Shane McGowan just mumbled it his whole way through it.
Oh, yeah.
But afterwards, we're like, "He's coming to the after party," and they're like, "The kid's 8," but they were like, "Yeah." So
Someone just hands you a can of Guinness and go, "Get that down, you kid."
So Jerry came up to me and says, "Here, kid, do you want to go up and get Shane's autograph?" And I was like, yeah, let's go up. And we went up, and I had this wee notebook, and Jerry got me a pen and was like, "Here, Shane, sign that for a kid, would you? His name's Sean." And Shane McGowan, literally, he was taking, like, maybe took 3 or 4 minutes just to write, like, to Sean. Like,
Oh, God.
you know,
Was it because he was just wrecked?
he was right, and he was gone. He was blocked, like, you know. And but Jerry Conlon turned around to him and goes, "Shane, in the name of good fuck, the kid's 8. He's going to be 18 by the time you finish saying that thing." But yeah, and then I got the autograph. I still have it.
You still have it?
Yeah,
That's
It
amazing.
was class. Though.
But the thing is, do you ever notice the thing about... Sorry, just move my leg here. Do you ever notice the thing about the Pogues? Every Christmas, they make they make hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Yeah,
And see you.
That's what
That's
you
what
need.
you did.
That's what you
Christmas
need.
song.
That's what you need. A Christmas song. Sean, write a fucking Christmas song.
that's it.
Inspiring Belfast Christmas song. That's what we'll do. Just do it.
No, you're on it. Inspiring Belfast Christmas song released
the
on the
name.
1st of December this year, and it's a song, and you shoot a video in all the best top attractions in Belfast.
Class.
And when you goes, you know, at Christmas, and you could do quirky lines, be like, "Still no government, but we've got Guinness." You know, like all this kind of stuff. Like,
We'll
you know,
have all well-known people in it.
have local
well-known
comedians,
people
get
in.
people from Blue Lights in.
Class.
Get people from Blue Lights. You could get, radio stations involved to come and promote it. You could get local sports people. You can get, the local boxers, the local comedians, the actors, the actresses, the musicians, and you could all do this thing like, let's inspire Belfast this Christmas, because last Christmas was shit with the cost of living, wasn't it? Like everybody was shitting themselves. Are we getting help with money? And there's still no stormont, blah blah blah. Mate, that would go
Let's do
mental.
it. First
you
December.
make one about like the price of pints going up.
The price. Do you know-
Feed us pints.
well, I had it. Yeah.
24 quid for a round with the
Stuff,
mates.
drinks. We could do a song like, let's make the Christmas party cheaper for everyone
Yeah.
this Christmas.
Do you know what I actually did start? Well, this guy reached out to me, Inspiring Belfast playlist, and he was updating it with all local artists. But he must have only did it for a couple of months, and he just stopped updating it. But on Spotify, we had a playlist, and I thought, it'd be cool if this here got traction, and we started shops playing all local artists.
That's fucking
That'd
fantastic.
have been class, wouldn't it?
That's really good.
That's great.
It's amazing what you think, like, when you actually think about how innovative people are about their own towns and cities.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure stuff like this happens down in Cork as well. Obviously, I haven't lived in Cork for a long time. I'm sure that there may be you should do an inspiring Limerick, an inspiring Cork, an inspiring Dublin.
I've actually got Inspiring NI, so 18,000 followers in it. But it's still like I'm resharing all the people's content.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know what? I actually might have Inspiring Dublin. I think I've Inspiring Dublin. I've done nothing with it, but
You know
kept
what you
using
do?
it.
Do inspiring Dublin, and then if a big multinational company wants to buy it off you,
I'd
just
love
sell it to
that.
them for $1 million.
Love
or something.
that. Amazing.
Sell it to them for like $1 million. What I might do now is just go home now and do inspiring New York, inspiring Rio de Janeiro, inspiring Sydney,
You should do Inspiring Cork.
inspiring Cork, from a guy that doesn't live there anymore.
Yeah, just when you're calling.
Perfect, isn't it? Immigration, lack of
it'll
housing.
work. He's from Ballymena, sure.
It's from Ballymena.
I'm like flipping farmer in the city.
So you grew up in Ballymena and
Yeah.
then moved into Belfast. So
Yeah,
have
yeah.
you spent your whole life in Ballymena, then you came in here? What
Yeah.
brought you in? Marketing, the work and stuff.
Marketing work, yeah.
Yeah, and what was it like growing up in Ballymena?
Do you know what? Ballymena is probably... Oh, it's bad slagging off
lot of-
Ballymena. Ballymena had 2 Starbucks in it and they both failed. And probably like Starbucks feels
What?
nowhere.
What?
I'm going to tell you why. The Ballymena mindset summed up. Like a lot of people say people from Ballymena are tight, right? But the reason being, rather than someone going to a Starbucks in Ballymena, culturally people might say, £2 for coffee, you could buy a jar of coffee for that price. That's the way people go on. They would literally think you could buy a jar of coffee. Don't be buying the Starbucks. So they do have a Starbucks now, I think, years later, but two of them definitely failed. One was above a Tesco and one was in another shopping centre.
The spite, like.
It's mad. So Ballymena
Starbucks is one of the most successful companies in the world. Pay your fucking tax, though. Starbucks is one of the most successful companies in the world. And I went to Ballymena, and the people in
Twice.
Ballymena just went, oh, no.
You can buy a jar of coffee
No,
for that price.
no. We're going to take down this big corporate. Do you know what? Any country and any government out there that wants big companies like Starbucks, Apple, and Facebook to pay their fair share of tax, send a couple of buses up to Ballymena, right? Get a local people from Ballymena, put them in the bus, drive them down to Google headquarters or YouTube headquarters or Starbucks headquarters, release them into the office for 3 hours, and I can guarantee you by the end of it, the company will be shut down.
Yeah.
Ballymena people.
Ballymena's amazing.
Ballymena, hey.
They're not. What do you think of Ballymena?
Ballymena's amazing.
Class.
Do you know, I have one criticism of
It's been in
Ballymena.
Ballymena.
I've one criticism of Ballymena. But no, I've one criticism
Yeah.
of the North that I don't like. But it's none of my business, and there's nothing I can do. I don't understand the flags in the summer. Don't get it. Why do you need so many flags?
I know.
I just don't get it. Irish flags and British flags, you don't need them.
It's
Get
everywhere.
fucking rid of them. It annoys me. Then again, I wasn't born here. I wasn't growing up here. I can't.
I know.
It's-
You
do
don't
know
get
what I
that
mean?
much in Belfast. I find you get it more in small towns than the city.
Yeah, I think it antagonises people.
Yeah.
That's what I think it does. I think it antagonises people.
You go into an area and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm too
and I
aware
think,
where
like,
I
you
am.
know, I'm like, you know, I don't have to question my Irishness. You know what I mean? I know what I am. So whether I see a British flag or not doesn't. I couldn't care less. I lived in England for years. Loved it. Love British people. British people are lovely. Really good to me. Really nice to me. British flag, not a problem. No, good luck to you. I wish you all the best. It's none of my business. But do you need 11 in one road? Do you? Insecure much? Do you need 11 of them in a road? I counted 6 Irish flags. I was like, there's no need for that.
Yeah, you can maybe skip a lamppost.
Why don't you put up a fucking
That's a good idea. See if Ballymena people skip lampposts.
Skip
That's
a
what they
lamp-
should do.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I want to save money. Just don't put them up at all.
Save yeah.
It's okay. Like, you don't need to fly a flag to prove who you are. But then again, it's very different up here.
It's hard
Like,
to change it straight away, Andrew. You sort of, it's like going carbon neutral. I think the skipping a lamppost idea
Skipping a
is
lamppost,
good
that's
for
a
now.
good start.
It's a good gradual progression.
Every 2 years, then you're skipping 2 lampposts.
Yeah.
Then every 3 years, you're skipping 3 lampposts. And then on the 4th year, it's complete destruction of Western civilization.
Do you know what would happen? But if you skipped the lamppost, someone would put the opposition flag in between.
No, that's a bit risky. They would maybe, instead of putting like the other flag, they would put in like a Palestinian or Israeli
Yes,
flag
they
or
would.
something in
They
between.
would.
Or just put in a couple of UN flags. Do you know, United Nations flags or something like that? Like, or the Eurovision. Let's put up Eurovision flags instead. Let's do something fucking crazy. Like, put up Eurovision flags. Flags that people don't know about. Like, obviously, fly your flags when you're celebrating stuff like the King's, you know, coronation. Brilliant. Go for it. That's brilliant. You know, obviously, when the Queen passed away, that was very sad. So you can just go and, you know, do all that. But on a fucking Tuesday in May, there's no need for it.
No big class. If people
It
just
antagonises people.
if people started putting up random flags for no reason, just
Oh, yeah,
like was there in Spain?
Oh.
What are you putting up? Was there in holiday?
I've
like
got an LGBT flag next to my Rangers flag outside my house. You know, like put up like random flags, and then you've got like fucking put up a Gaelic flag next to me Rangers flag. You
Yeah,
know, to
yeah.
start mixing it all up, like an America flag, then and just with a picture of a gun on the side of it, like, you know.
See the way you know, during the World Cup, everybody always like, you know, certain streets they do a thing where like every house gets a different like country,
yeah.
and that's like who they support for the tournament. You should do that, but just for the year.
Yeah, do something like that.
Do you know where's mad for flags? But down south for like their Gaelic teams, aren't they?
Oh yeah, but that's only a particular time of the year.
Yes, you can pass the house button. I mean, it's every window.
Yeah.
Every window,
and-
lamppost,
but-
everything.
But that's a sporting issue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's a difference between the sporting and then they're like, oh, this is our county, this is where we're from, we're supporting the local town, the local village. But it's like fucking, I think I've seen fucking UVF and stuff like that. Like, there's no need for that.
Yeah.
I don't even get it. Like, I mean, but then again, I'm going to get attacked here now for saying it. But like, I respect your culture. It's great. My girlfriend is from the British background. I love Britain. I think it's a great place to live. But the flags are but there's too many. Think about the money you're saving.
What else do you not like about Belfast?
Oh no, I like Belfast. Oh, I tell you what, I don't fucking like
What?
the council cutting the grass. They don't cut it well enough. Has anyone noticed you've got Inspiring Belfast? Can you start doing videos? So the council, they go out and they cut the grass, but they're not cutting the weeds, and it looks untidy.
Do you know what? I don't even go outside the city to even see the grass. I can't even think where grass is.
You're
in
living in the
Belfast.
city centre, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't even see. And where's the grass?
So you've come from Ballymena.
Yeah.
Were you in quite a rural area?
In a town, yeah.
Small town.
Yeah,
I know the
yeah,
town,
right
but
in the town, yeah.
you're right in the town.
Yeah.
To Belfast City. Now, some would say Belfast City is quite small.
Yeah.
Is Belfast really big for you, or how? Like, have you been to London a few times? Because I lived in
Yeah, I
London
think
for a
it's
long
so
time.
small. So small, Belfast.
Belfast
now.
is
Yeah.
very small, but like I've gone from Cork, which is like a medium city, to Manchester, which is a large city, then Manchester to London, which is an extremely large city, to Belfast.
Why did you move to Belfast?
It's a bit complicated, but I moved in the pandemic. Housing.
Was it really?
Yeah, I would have.
No way.
I tried to live in Cork for a long time, but unfortunately, I couldn't get a mortgage because of Brexit on a foreign income. So I earned sterling, and I wanted to get a euro mortgage. So basically, I get paid in sterling, would change it into euro every month through my Revolut, and pay my mortgage that way. But they were like, because of Brexit, we can't lend to you because of Britain's uncertain future.
No way.
So the only place that I could buy a house on the island of Ireland with sterling was in the north. So I just bought a house. I never viewed it. I just saw it online and just put a bid in. And then the pandemic happened, so I had to move. But I was dating someone as well at the same time. That didn't work out. And then I was stuck in England with the pandemic, going, what the fuck? Had like 3,000 social media followers. And then eventually decided, right, I need to go onto the social media game. And then it just kind of blew up from there.
That's interesting.
Came over here, fell in love with the city. Was here for a year and a half. And then I moved back to London for 4 months and missed Belfast.
No
But I go
way.
to England 3 times a month, like, to work.
And did you go to any other place in the north, like, or you just thought, right, I need to go to the city?
No, I just stayed in Belfast, and that's it now. My next stop is Cork. So when you say like about inspiring Belfast and like
Yes.
promoting Belfast, I'm a big advocate of the north because I live here and I've seen
yeah.
the people day to day. The people day to day are brilliant. Absolutely love the people. I love where I live out by the east side, North Down area. Love it out there. Really nice. Love the people. Love how I've been welcomed into the communities. But it's not where I'm from. I have a massive yearn for Cork. And I think in the future I will go back. Now, whether I go back in 2 years, but I can't go back because of housing.
No way. So when you act, what will you do? Your podcast about like back
I don't
in
know
Cork?
what I'll do, man.
Back,
but eventually,
back in Cork?
if I have kids, I want my kids to be, all right, boy, how's it going? I'm from Cork. I want my kids to be brought up in Cork.
Yeah.
But then again, you know what? If I'd stay here, I stay here. It's fine.
Class.
It just won't be Cork. You know, so my point is like, why did you want to promote Belfast, though? Why did you want to do that?
I just felt, see if someone comes to Belfast, they can do anything they want to be. That's like I said, like if you want to set up a coffee shop, if you have a goal and or a dream, you can make it happen in Belfast.
Do you know what? That's strange because when you talk about that, people will help you, right? I was
Yeah.
down in a high street down in Hollywood, and there's a guy who opened a barber's next to another barber's. So straight away in my head, I think, oh my God, they're going to be kicking off at each other because
Yeah.
there's 2 barbers next to each other. So I went in to get my hair cut in the new barber because I always like to
Yeah.
try, always as well. It's like, I always like, oh, it's a new business. You'll go in and
Yeah.
try and support them, you know, get my hair cut like 15 quid or whatever. And I said, oh, how are the neighbours about you opening here? And they were like, couldn't have been nicer. And I went, isn't that brilliant? I was thinking like, oh, they're going to have your windows smashed in.
Yeah.
You know, like, are you coming here taking our customers? They were like, absolutely not. And he said, there's success enough for everybody.
That's class.
Isn't it?
That is
and
class.
I went, what a great attitude.
Yeah.
You know, from the other barbers.
And tell me, is it like that in the comedy scene? Because I see like people gig together and loads of people like do crossover podcasts. Is there any?
Oh yeah, very
Is it?
supportive.
Class.
Yeah, really, really supportive. I'd say, like, I mean, I don't gig a lot. I mean, I do gigs in Belfast, but I don't do an awful lot.
Yeah.
I predominantly work in England or down south because I was kind of like living there for years and was kind of like established there. So I still go over because I do love it over there.
Yeah.
I don't gig here as much. But from all the lads and the girls, the lads and ladies here, like, brilliant. Because I think what people kind of, how would you say, don't realise is that there's enough success for everybody.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Like, there's enough success for everybody. Like, I'm very lucky now to be doing the breakfast radio show, which is great, right? When people say, oh, yeah, but there's other radio stations you can get on.
Yeah.
Like, there's loads of things, like, that's not going to be forever.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because I want to do it. I want to learn a new skill. You know, I'm getting out of bed at 5 to 5 in the morning. It's a fucking Jesus Christ, like. But it's grand, and I'm enjoying it. I'm not complaining. I love it, and I'm very grateful for the opportunities. But also, there's enough success for people. With your page, and there's a lot of influencers on around Instagram and stuff like that, do foodies and all that kind of stuff. Do you get a little bit of bite back? Are people getting a bit annoyed? Are you kind of stepping on other people's territory? How does the social media game, in terms of comedy community, is very supportive? What's the social media?
Very like that too. Very supportive.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's no like, I can't believe you got a fucking. Like, is it really good?
Probably some people might be like, oh, they're copying my style of videos, or maybe a wee bit of that there. But where I do see like people who do food pages, like if their sole interest is food, they're bound to get annoyed because everybody's doing food pages. Like some people who are like content creators, they're looking to do that as a career. Like the average person will now do food videos and they're blowing up. So for them, just doing food, I say it could be a difficult niche on its own.
Right.
So yeah, but everyone's supportive. Like I don't see anyone who's.
And have you had any kickback from, you know, do you ask to just make a video? You don't get asked to do a review.
Don't ask to review, but you know, I've only done ever 2 reviews actually. I did my first voiceover in a spice bag. I seen the Dublin spice bags and I thought, I found a spice bag.
Is that the cocaine? Spice bag is cocaine, isn't it? Isn't it cocaine or ketamine? In Dublin, it's not. It's drugs, isn't it?
Do you know them spice bags? It's like chicken, chips, and it's in a
brown
bag.
Chicken and chips.
So there's this guy from Dublin. He goes around.
I thought it was the spice bag is drugs. Spice is a drug, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought you were going like just reviewing drugs. Yeah, but I was knocked out, yeah, man. I was on a great trip. You know?
I tell you what, I would give that ketamine 8.5.
8 out of 10. I remember when I was in Spain, I had great ketamine. Go on anyway.
So this spice bag, I did a voiceover. Never did a voiceover. I said, this is amazing spice bag, right? I went to another place. It was outside Belfast. It was in Lisburn. So I've never said anything bad about anywhere in Belfast. But I went and I did it and I was like, nah, too salty at the end. But the video, people were writing in the comments, we'll have to go here. This is amazing. Because they didn't listen to the end where I said, way too salty. But that video got way more views than the one that did well. People love it when you say something negative on TikTok.
Yeah, but this is my thing then. This is where I pull back. I will not say something negative just for a reaction. I think that's really unfair.
Yeah.
And I think it's very manipulating of the audience. So the way I look at it is, like, this is just for me. I don't post anything. I will only post stuff where I like a compliment. I don't ever want to shit on a business.
Yeah, same here.
Now, if you're in a restaurant game, it's subjective. You might like the steak. I might not like the steak, right? That's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's people out there that are saying stuff for reactions rather than being genuine.
True. Someone did comment on mine about saying, finally, someone's actually being truthful rather than saying everything's amazing.
No, I'm not saying it's you. I'm saying my point is that, like, if that's your genuine feeling, 100% go with your feeling. But there is another element of people there going, listen, if I say something offensive here or bad here, that'll help me because that'll blow up.
Not good.
No, if you're giving your honest opinion and there's a reaction to that, well done you.
I don't even like doing that. Them reviews, the spice bag one, I thought a bit too solid. It was because it was outside Belfast. I thought don't mind giving a genuine opinion, but inside Belfast, I think I've had a bad experience. I just probably wouldn't post it. I think it's too controversial because if you're doing a bad opinion and loads of people see it, I think it's unfair.
It's a small
So,
business,
but
small
it
city as well.
It's
Like.
not fair.
It was in Lisburn. Fuck Lisburn. Like.
Ah, yes, I'm thinking.
Fucking mate. But like, it's one of those where I use booking.com, right? Because I travel a lot and I have like the level 3 Genius, so I get discounts up to 10-15%, right? And sometimes you get like a free upgrade or you get a free breakfast, blah blah blah. Check me. Come at me.
I'm going to tell you, I was going to do a wee plug for someone else. Have you ever heard of the guy Rory's Travels?
Yeah. I've had a look though.
It's direct. You get 10-15% off.
Yeah, I've had a look.
Not impressed. He's not impressed, Rory.
No. What I'm saying is that I just fly to Gatwick, and I don't pay for some of my hotels. I don't pay for.
Yes.
Do you see my point? Like, so I'm not.
You're
going,
Genius 3.
I'm not going to fucking South America and looking for cheap flights from LA. Do you know what I mean? So my stuff is just quite basic: EasyJet, Aer Lingus, whatever. But I will only review a hotel if I've had a good experience.
Yeah.
If I've had a bad experience, or something's gone wrong, I'll just speak to the manager direct. I don't need to put it up. Because we all make mistakes.
Yeah. No, I would say.
Like, I've got about 10-15 reviews up on booking.com, and every single review I do is 5-star.
Do you know TripAdvisor, if you give lots of reviews, you can actually become like like their top 5% very easy. All you have to give is like 50 reviews because nobody really leaves them.
And then you get free trips.
Yeah.
It's amazing nowadays the amount of free stuff available. And then people complain about free stuff. There's nothing worse than someone complaining about something for free. People complain about this podcast. You got it for fucking free, mate. You got it for free. Are you complaining? Go on anyway.
That is true. Do you know what? And I will be honest. See, so some of them staycations I went on, they're like, do you want a free trip? And I'm like, the first couple of trips, you're like, yeah, brilliant, excited.
Oh my God.
Then when I get down there, you're sitting taking content, or you're thinking more about the content. You're literally like, I'm working. Like
I'm not relaxing.
They're getting this video. I'm making it look the part, and yeah, I need a holiday after it.
So now, it's actually work then.
It is work. It is work. So now some of the places I thought, do you know what, I'm going to just charge them. Because I did a post for a place and they were booked out for 3 months. Generally booked out for 3 months.
They must love you then.
We built the website for them after it, so it was good. You know, got some kickback from it. But I mean, yeah, there's like some of the places you do a video for and they get loads off it.
It's amazing how it works, though, isn't it? Like people used to advertise, you know, in the yellow pages, in the newspapers, on the TV, on the radio. Now it's a bit like, can you just come and take a picture and stand here? Because people who follow you, they trust you and they like you and they like your personality. So if this person's saying this thing is good, I remember I used a guy, Rory. I found him on Instagram to come and paint my house.
Yeah.
So he came, he did a bit of painting for me, and the guy was brilliant. Turned up before he said he was going to turn up. Annoyed me. It was too early.
Yeah.
You know the kind of way you get
trained today. You're early, Alan.
Yeah,
you set up.
But you know what I mean? I was like, oh my, this guy's too reliable. But I put a post out on Instagram for him, and he ended up getting a big, massive job out of it.
Class.
And he messaged me thanking me, and now I've got him actually coming back in to do a bit of extra work because I've got a bit more work being done on my house. So I can only get the painting done in stages.
Get me sponsored a podcast.
No, but actually now I've actually got like, you know, like I've got my painter now. I've got me plumber. I've got me electrician, and then if these people turn up and do a really good job, I'm like, of course I'm gonna say you're really good at your job because, and then people who like me go, well, Andrew Ryan's used them or you used them. I mean I don't know what my fucking word is worth, but like. They're more inclined to trust what they've seen.
Absolutely. Well, I have some clients like in the interior space, and they're literally giving influencers like full kitchens and everything. Because, say for example, someone give you a free kitchen, you did a video, put it out, people love your podcast. They're like, do you
only need to sell 3 more kitchens and it's done.
Yeah.
That's I need to get a free kitchen
mad,
now.
You know.
So, talk to me. Where should I be going in Belfast this year?
So many. But what would you like to do?
All right, give me some hidden gems restaurants. There's free PR for these fucking restaurants. I should be. Don't be charged. Do you know what? No, DM me them. We fucking naming them out here on this fucking podcast. No, I don't mind.
I'll tell you one of my favourite places. Have you been to Daisy's Hot Chocolate spot?
No. Sean, have you been to Daisy's Hot Chocolate?
No.
Does Sean look like a hot chocolate kind of guy?
Probably not.
Sean looks like 2 pints of Stella, a knuckle ring, and a divorce paper.
Oh, do you know what? I love this place, Daisy's, and it's. So Chubby Cherub beside it, or 2 doors down, and you go downstairs underground. It's been there 14 years.
Yes, I know about it, and everybody raves about it. It's meant to be gorgeous.
I did a video for them because I went in and said to the girl the other day, why do you not, she's been there 14 years, and I goes, why do you not use social media? And she's like more like hippie vibe, like people find me whenever they find me. And I was like, man, I'm going to do a TikTok video, did it. Loads of people went, and she said to me, oh, maybe I'll do that social media thing. That there really works.
She saw the impact.
Like. Yeah. So she got into it. But downstairs there is like, it's like a bank. It used to be an old bank vault or something. I'm actually going to do a new video for them.
Bank vault.
It's like a bank vault, the big door. I don't know. It used to be maybe it used to be a bank underground or something. I'll have to find out a true story.
Is it near the jailhouse?
No.
Chubby Cherub.
It's like right next to like City Hall.
No.
But I did a video of it, to be honest, forever ago. I wasn't even good at doing videos. I'm going to do a new one and tell the story and show the big bank door and everything. It's class. Amazing hot chocolate. But it's like, people, if you know about it, you'd love it if you went once. But if you don't know about it, it's just like, not a lot of people know about it.
Well, yeah. And that's the thing. There's a lot of places in Belfast, isn't there, in the north, that people don't know about. Like because I look at the pages. Like I've seen Travel Northern Ireland, all this kind of, and it's just like, you know, I saw one clip recently that said how Northern Ireland is portrayed in the news, and it's all petrol bombs and fighting. And then the next bit then is like the Muslim temple, poor Rush. And I'm like going. I don't see either of these. Like, I don't see any trouble, and I don't see I'm living in a third place. There's a third place that I'm living. Like, you know, Belfast is either this or it's this. No, I'm in the fucking other place.
Yeah.
But it's just normal, mundane shit, like.
I actually did a video for a place, and they're like, don't want you putting up because we're worried it looks too good and people will come and it won't be like that. And I was like, no, this is your place on a video. They didn't want me to post it. Random, isn't it? They were worried that the customers would have too high expectations and then maybe leave them bad reviews. And
That's such an Irish thing. That's such an Irish thing to do. Like, they don't have the self-esteem for their own business. But that is such an Irish thing. Whereas in the UK or England or whatever, you go over to London and you're like going, they'd be like going, yeah, put it up. Whereas over here, oh geez, that looks too good, and we're not that good. Yeah. So don't be putting it up. Like, you know, like that's the most Irish thing ever. Like, you made our business look too good. We don't like it because people will expect too much. Yeah. So we want people to come in and be this and to leave mediocre. We want people to leave feeling average. That's amazing, isn't it?
Do you know I love Zen in Belfast? Have you tried that?
No, what's Zen?
Nice.
Oh, what's that? Sean, have you been to Zen?
There's two Zens now. The one I love is Adelaide Street.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What's Zen? What is it? A restaurant?
Chinese restaurant.
See, the service is amazing. It is amazing. But I'm giving an extra plug because it's so funny, right? So before I was doing these videos, nobody had even a clue who on earth I was, right? Zen, I did a video for him. Next time I come in, the guy goes, love your videos. I'll give you these starters. Puts out, and I'm giving you a special. I mean, he actually cooked dessert. I have a video up cooking dessert out on a table beside me. Then puts on the plate and all. I swear I get some treatment in there. But if you go in your podcast, you tell them who you are, they'll be looking after you.
Oh, I won't. I don't like doing that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be doing it.
You'll be doing me later.
I won't be doing it.
Here, you'll be doing.
What's his name? What time do I have to get in?
You'll be doing me later a bit of free kitchen.
Hey, Mick. I'm like, hey, Mick, can you put me in contact with someone at B&Q to get a free fucking kitchen? Oh my God, Alan, thanks for coming in, man. Listen, plug your socials. Tell me where you are, what you're doing, and what's coming up for you.
Inspiring Belfast, TikTok, Instagram, and I don't know what else happened. I've started doing events. I'm actually doing a boat party, a white boat party. I sold that now. What I want to do is I want to bring.
Don't want to go anyway, mate.
Yeah, I want to bring people together, influencers, comedians, anyone who I think's like in the whole industry of doing something in Belfast. So anyone, bringing all these different people who are doing things that make Belfast look good and getting them all together. So I did an event last month in the Juice Jar, doing the boat party. I'm going to organise other things.
But you know what? Those videos that you're making, what the Northern Irish Tourism Board need to understand is like you're bringing people in from the UK, from America, from Canada, who are like, oh my God, I've seen these videos of Northern Ireland and Belfast. Looks like a really great city to go. Let's just book a weekend there.
Yeah.
Like, people don't realise the knock-on effect you have for the benefit of the local economy. And if one thing this place needs is fucking money, like. It's fucking a bit of money, like. Because you need to start cutting the grass better on the council. Follow Inspiring Belfast. Thanks everyone for coming on to Cork and the North podcast this week. Aaron is back next week, and we have a very special something happening next week. We're going up to Stormont to do an interview. That's all we're saying, and we're hoping it doesn't get cancelled this time. But we're going to Stormont to do an interview, and it's really cool. But listen, Inspiring Belfast has come in. Get on their socials, follow them online, get involved in some of their events and stuff like that. The summertime is kicking in here in the north. So we want people to go out and use and celebrate all the local business, all the local industries, all the local food, all the local hotels, Airbnbs. Let's get the north of Ireland, shown in the right light for what it is. It's a beautiful place with really nice people and with lots going on. And this man here, Alan, is doing great work for people and the place itself to promote it and to make it a really cool and vibrant place. Cork in the North, tickets for the live show, Sunday, 4th of June at 3 o'clock. Please do subscribe, share, whatever, post clips, listen to Q Radio, get on to Inspiring Belfast. Alan, thanks for coming in.
Class, thanks for having me.
Cheers, man.